Hi, and today I'm going to show you how to draw shape number 1 on your shape sheet, which is this shape right here. Alright, so first thing we want to do is go ahead and open Inventor, which I've already done. And we are going to make sure that we are in the right project. So you look at your projects here. Okay, I've got a project named Shapes. Okay, if you do not have a shape project, you're going to do, remember, Project, and then New. Next, you're going to name your project Shapes, and then you're going to change your path for your directory to go to your Google Drive, your folder, and then you're going to do it to the Shapes folder right here, and then you're going to hit OK. I can't do it because I've already done it, but you're going to hit OK and go on. Okay, so you're going to make sure you're in Shapes, and we're going to do New Part. Alright, then we're going to start Sketch. Alright, before we do that, let's look at the shape. Alright, so if you're looking at the shape, the way to decide how you want to start it is you kind of look to see where it's uniform. You see that there's an L here, right, and then it extrudes back. So that means to start your shape, to make it the easiest, you're going to go ahead and draw your L shape first. Okay, so let's go back to Inventor. So that means we're going to draw on our front plane. Okay, alright. So to draw that L, we're going to use our line tool. Okay, so we're going to start at the origin. I'm going to click, drag up. You see how it says that it's 90 degrees. Click and then drag across, keeping it perpendicular. Okay, this is still 90 degrees. Alright. Okay, so there I have my L shape. I kind of drew mine a little weird, so I'm going to dimension it here. So from here, you're going to hit Dimension. And we know that the bottom of that shape, remember, you're going to click the line. You want your dimensioning to be as neat as possible, so you're going to pull it down, keeping that number in the center. And that is going to be 2.25. Okay, and then our height here, same thing, is going to be 1.5. Make it so I can see it. Alright, this height right here is going to be 0.75. And then this distance up here is going to be 0.75. Okay, so here is my L shape that's the front of that. And just so you notice, if I try to dimension this side, right, when I pull it, it tells me that it's 0.75, which it is. But if I try to add it, it's going to tell me that it's going to over-constrain the sketch, which means that it's unnecessary that I put it there. Because if I know this dimension here, and I know this dimension here, this dimension is just an understood. You don't have to write it down. Alright, so I'm going to finish my sketch. And then from here I'm going to go ahead and extrude it. So right-click, extrude, and it looks on the drawing that it extruded 1.5. So we're going to do 1.5. Okay, so if you notice, this right here is the basic shape of this drawing. Right, all I'm missing is that I have to cut this part out and I have to cut this part out. Okay? Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is on that shape, is on excuse me, this face, I'm going to cut out a rectangle, and then on this face up here, I'm going to cut out this rectangle. Alright, so we're going to do it on this face first, so we're going to right-click, hit New Sketch. Okay, and we're going to draw a rectangle. We want to make sure that we're jumping to this line because we know that we need it to connect there. So we're just going to start it anywhere. So we're going to start it, see how it snaps to it, and it turns blue, so I'm going to click it, I'm going to drag it up, I'm just going to make a rectangle. Okay, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to dimension it. So I know that this height right here has got to be 0.75. Okay, and I know that this, from looking at my drawing, is 0.5. Okay, so now I've got my rectangle, which is dimensioned correctly, but I need to make sure that it's the correct distance from each of the sides. Okay, so the way that you do that is you're still on dimensioning. You're basically going to say, what's the distance from this line? I'm going to push it, and then that line, I'm going to click my button, and then see how it pulls out. Right, and it's telling me that it's 0.486, but I want it to be 0.5. Okay, So now that that's 0.5, this also is going to be 0.5. So I'm going to hit Finish Sketch. I'm going to come up to this face, I'm going to right click, hit Extrude, and I want to do this face, so I'm going to click that one. It goes up automatically, so I'm going to click right here on the arrow, and I'm going to pull it down all the way to the bottom, and then hit the check mark, and there we go, I've got that part done. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to draw a rectangle up on this part. So right click, New Sketch. Okay, same thing, rectangle. We want it to snap to this one. Okay, so see it turn blue, so I'm going to click, I'm going to drag. Okay, and you see how that other edge popped up? So I'm going to go until I hit that edge. Okay, it turned blue also, and I'm going to click. Okay, so my rectangle, as far as my links here, these should be already set, but I want to go ahead and dimension this part. I want this distance, so I'm going to do the distance from this line to this line is 1. Okay, now I want to know the distance from this line to this line. So it's got to be 0.25. Okay, so see how that moved that over? Now this is also going to be 0.25 if I check it. Let's check it. Right? It's going to tell me not to do it, but I was just checking it. Alright, so now we're going to Finish Sketch. Right click, Extrude. We're going to extrude this. And I can't see it, so I'm going to go to the Home. And I'm going to pull it down. Oops. Sorry, sometimes if you do that wrong, it does the angle. I'm going to undo. Right click. Sorry, Finish. Then Extrude. Alright, and we're going to go down. Okay, now once it goes past where it starts going down, then you can go ahead and change this. And it's going to come down 0.5. Alright, so here is my finished shape, shape number 1.